Hey family, welcome back. I am MarshaunO, your favorite life and relationship strategist, and we are here to tackle the subject of criticism. Now, first of all, let me just say that if you like these type of videos, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because specifically to this video, I will have a 3-part series. This is one of 3. The title for today is How Critical Are You? Or Signs That You Are a Critical Person. The second one will be the damages that your criticism causes in your relationship. And the third video will be ways for you to stop being so critical. So a lot of people think that when they are criticizing their partner, their relationship, other people, they think that they're helping. Truth is, you're not. Here's the thing. If there is a complaint, something that you need to bring to your partner's or spouse's attention that is helpful, there is a way to say said thing. So complaints are actually a normal part of a relationship. Of course, everything is dependent on how you word it. It becomes criticism, and you become a critical person with that title stamped on your head when each and every time something comes out of your mouth, number one, it is negative, and also you are complaining or critiquing something. It is when you constantly have something to say, something to complain about, is when you get the title of critical person. So some of the things that we actually think about, or that you should actually think about to say if you are a critical person, is, are you protecting yourself, or do you feel like you are protecting yourself, or again, helping your spouse or partner out when you say said things? But specifically thinking them in the moment, are you really trying to protect yourself from something, from the light being shined on yourself, from the fingers being pointed at you? Speaking of, you think that pointing the finger is actually helping, but you're forgetting that there are 4 pointed back at you, because pointing the finger is easier. You don't have to take a look in the mirror at your own flaws. So you think that it's helpful to always point out somebody else's flaws. It's not helping. It's not sexy. It does not draw your partner near you. It actually creates that separation. It creates that distance. There is no growth. All of that hugs and kiddles, love it. All of those hugs and cuddles slowly but surely disappear from the relationship. All of that hand holding slowly disappears away from the relationship, because criticizing actually kills any value that your message had. And it actually makes your feedback pointless. Like, nobody wants to be criticized every time they do something, whether for you or just period, do something. Then here you come with your 2, 3, 5 cents, but it's not constructive criticism. It's just, you should have did X, Y, and Z, or I would have did X, Y, and Z. Like, really, who gives a damn? Like, for real. If you don't have something, a positive criticism, like, you know what, I would have did such and such, or I can help you next time, or whatever. If it's always something negative, then shut your diggity doggone mouth. Like, serious. That saying that if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. Apply that on a regular basis, because if you are always pointing your finger at your spouse, at your partner, you are eroding your relationship. You are eroding your intimacy. Nobody wants to feel like they have to prove something to you. Now that's just it. Okay. Also, if you notice, especially if you are the criticizer, your partner is always in defense mode, because you think that you have to tell them. You just got to say it, or I'm speaking the truth. Like, you don't have to say everything. I mean, how old are you? Children say everything out of their mouths. Don't stop to think how it's going to affect your partner, how it's actually going to erode the intimacy within your relationship. Stop being a child. Grow up. Don't say everything that you don't have to. It's pointless. And especially if you don't know how to deliver your message, nobody cares, especially your spouse. I'm speaking for your spouse, okay? Nobody cares. It's pointless, especially when I'm becoming defensive. I'm not listening to you anyway, and neither is your spouse. Please understand that. Nobody's listening to you. It's pointless. The value that you thought you was bringing is value less. No value to it. So now with that being said, maybe you don't know that you are a critical person. So let me help you understand and see maybe if you are, okay? I have 7 things. So the first thing, you may be a critical person if you're very critical of yourself first. So this bleeds into you being critical of everybody else, including your spouse, especially your spouse, especially your relationship. It's because you're very critical of yourself. That bleeds over. You think that that's the way to go. It's actually not. It's not sexy. You're not helping, actually. You're really not helping. Please let that sink into your soul. You are not helping. The second thing to think about is maybe you grew up in a highly criticized environment where your parents were very critical, and that led you to be very critical. So you are. Your parents did it. That's something that I think that I need to do because I think that that's the right way to do it. I get it. But at some point, you got to break the cycle. That's not healthy. And just because other people did it, in this instance, your parents, doesn't mean it's right. See, sometimes we have to really sit back, think for ourselves, and actually question some of the things that have been programmed into us. Criticizing is not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your partner, and it's definitely not healthy for the relationship at all. It brings zero value. The third thing to think about, if you're a critical person, is that it's easier for you as the criticizer to find faults in other people than praise. Like you always have something negative to say. Like you're the negative Nancy of the group. Or the negative Nate, because men do it too, right? So it don't even matter. But it's not sexy. You don't encourage. You actually do the opposite of encourage. Nobody's taking in your criticism. They just not. Because you're not being helpful. As much as you think you are, you're really not. You're not helping the situation at all. Fourth thing to think about. Even if your partner does 90% of the task or something, guess what you do? You focus on the negative. You focus on that 10% that he or she did not do. And all of a sudden, it's horrible because in your eyes, the project, the task is not complete. So you focus on the 10% that wasn't done versus the 90% that was handled immaculately or even mediocre. Doesn't matter. It's done. And you didn't do it. So why are you being so critical of everything? Why are you being so negative of everything? It's not attractive. It does not help. It erodes the intimacy. It erodes all of those cuddles, all of that, just wanting to be there with your spouse. It shuts your spouse down. And not in a healthy way, because shutting down is not healthy. But being criticized all the damn time ain't healthy either. Yes, I say it ain't. It ain't healthy either. And it doesn't help. I'm going to keep saying that because maybe you don't know how bad this can be. And I've been there before. And listen, don't nobody got time to always be defensive. It's draining. It's so damn draining. And it does not make you become closer to your spouse. It separates the two of you. So if you are highly critical of yourself, if you are the perfectionist in the relationship, more than likely you are the criticizer. And that's just, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to shut that down. Because you do not have to speak everything that comes up here, out of here. You just don't. Number 5, being critical helps you feel confident and dominant by focusing on your partner's or other people's flaws, their weaknesses. And so you think that you're more powerful or smarter. Insert whatever word that makes you feel great so you can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay? So you think that makes you powerful? You think that you're more dominant because you can pick these things up and showcase your partner's or your spouse's weakness? No, here's the thing, sis. Here's the thing, bruh. If it's my weakness and it's your strong suit, then how about you take that over? Again, bring something more positive to the table other than criticizing. Go and lend a helping hand. Go and take it over. All of this right here, though, don't help. It don't. Please stop thinking that you're helping, because you're not. You're not helping. Number 6, criticism distracts you and helps you avoid how you truly feel about you. Let me get that to you again. Criticism distracts you, the criticizer, and helps you, the criticizer, avoid how you really feel, criticizer. Yeah. You so busy externally looking about everybody around and never take the time to stop and look deep down inside of here and what's going on with you and how you're showing up and the things that are coming out your mouth, how mature you are actually not looking. Number 7, you feel irritated and critical with your partner because you cannot clear the hurt that you yourself harbor. Maybe it is something that your spouse did to you that you never talked about, i.e. the tough conversations that I talk about. So now you harboring this stuff, but you think that this is a way to get back at him or to get back at her because this is how you are taking back your power. It's not. It's not. The other thing that I did not even mention, the bonus here, is that this is the second one of the 4 horsemen that I talked about before with Dr. John Gottman, and a marker that you could be close to a divorce. Criticizing. The other one that I talked about is contempt. If you have not watched those videos, I will link them down below. This will be in a playlist. Again, this is the first in this series of criticism, and I will, after the third one, they will all be in a playlist. So depending on when you see this video, check for the playlist. Okay? Otherwise, again, you'll be able to watch those 3 videos, and then I'm going to have all of the videos that I discuss for the 4 horsemen, according to John Gottman, and I'll give you my explanation. So it's going to be several videos in that. Again, depending on when you watch this one, there will definitely be a playlist for this 3. And then when I have the entire series for all of the 4 horsemen, I will definitely do those too. Okay? So again, if you like videos like this, then definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button or the icon with my lovely face on it. And ladies and gentlemen, if this is you, it's okay. Maybe you did not recognize yourself until you heard these things today. It's okay. You are a critical person and you're not helping your relationship. You're hurting your relationship. And now when you see me in a few days, depending on when you watch this, I'm going to talk about the damages or the damage that being a critical person causes to your relationship. So stay tuned for that in the next couple of days. Again, depending on when you're watching this. I love you guys, and there's nothing that you can do about it. My mission is to help you and I become better at this thing we call relationship, i.e. marriage. Because most of us was not taught what to do. And we have a lot of bad behaviors and habits that we put out here thinking that it's the right way when it's not. I'm here to help you with that. So if you like all of that, again, subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon.